Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another abbreviated episode of True Story Live. Yeah. So tonight's going to be open topic, and we're going to do an hour. Tonight is our anniversary, and Jen is not feeling super well, so she's not going to be here tonight. And since it is our anniversary, I feel like I need to spend time with my wife. But we already posted the broadcast, and we didn't want to just. I thought about thought about calling it off or postponing till next week, but we don't like to do that. So as much as we can, we like to, especially when we post something. I agree with that. What Glenn said. So we'll do an hour tonight, and then we'll let everyone go early, and we'll go from there. So open topic, open discussion. And for those listening for the first time, my name is Jason. I'm the host of the broadcast. And normally with me, I would have my wife, Jennifer, and I'm sure she'll be back next week. And with me right now, I have Marisa of the Nez Lover channel. Marisa, take a minute and say hello to everyone.
Hello to everybody. Hello to those who join us in the chat, those who may be lurking, and those who catch that replay. And even though we're doing a short version tonight, we still would love it if you participate. If you have any questions or suggestions for the show, please reach out. I'll be putting my email link in the chat. And some of my friends that come here enjoy having their links shared. I'll be sharing those as they come by. If you want your link shared, please let us know. If you do not want your link shared, let us know that, and we will respect your wishes. That being said, I'm looking forward to another hip deep discussion of whatever we come up to talk about tonight. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens.
Looking forward to it. We're ready.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, Marisa. I appreciate it. And you've got a broadcast that you did Friday, an art stream that's sitting on the channel waiting for people to listen to it and watch it. So if you haven't gone to Nez's channel yet, please do yourself a favor and head on over there, Nez Lover channel, and you'll love it. I promise.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And Glenn is just getting breakfast for Sandra. So I don't know if he's back yet. Glenn, are you back yet? Okay, we'll wait till he comes back for that. But all right, so for tonight, normally I would say hello to everyone in the chat, but we don't have anyone in the chat, and that may be because we posted so late. I don't know, but we'll try to say hello to anyone new who pops in. We do have a topic that we're going to do. Glenn's going to be out of town for a little while. I think 3 weeks. He may not be here. I'm not sure when that starts, though. I'll have him set us straight on that when he gets here. But I know he's not. Oh, here you are. When does your vacation start, Glenn, just for the listeners?
We don't use that word here.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
That's all right. No worries. Vacation sounds very American, doesn't it? Actually, probably not back until, let me have a look on the calendar, because the days fell December the... I get back on the 11th. Actually, I get back on the 10th. I've got to check that. I might be back on Sunday. It's either going to be the 10th or the 17th. Maybe it's the 10th. I've got to check that. Okay, I'm not quite sure. It'll be 3 or 4 weeks, but maybe 3.
So you start next week? That's what I was wondering.
I won't be here next week.
Next week, okay. So then you'll be back 3 weeks, roughly.
Yeah, I think that's it at this point. I think I've got my days mixed up.
Okay.
Better go and tell Sandra that.
Sure. Yeah. Well. Yeah. It's important to know what the schedule is. I'm sure for everyone. Anyway, welcome, Glenn. We're glad that you're here.
Thanks.
And say hello to Naughty Nikib, who popped in the chat. Welcome. You're the first one in, other than us panel members. Okay, so we're going to do an abbreviated show tonight rather than just postponing. We decided to do an hour. So we're going to do that tonight. So Glenn was kind enough to do a write-up for tonight, but it's a deeper, heavier topic, and I had already decided to postpone that until he comes back from his trip, because based on the write-up, it's probably a two-parter. And we're also trying to get our friend Levi to be here, and he had to work today. Completely understandable, but we would love to arrange the next topic for when he's able to be here. Now, having said that, we're not gonna put it off beyond Glenn coming back if he's not able to make it. But I'm just saying we would love for him to be able to come for this topic. So we'll carry on with that when Glenn comes back. So he'll fill me in, and I'll let you guys know. Jen, Marisa, and myself will carry on the broadcasts in his absence, and we'll talk amongst ourselves and decide who's going to be doing what as far as the write-ups are concerned. We'll probably split it up a little bit. So it'll still be fun. We'll miss Glenn, but we'll make the best of it while he's gone. And then when he comes back, we'll have a pre-prepared write-up, two-parter that Glenn wrote. So looking forward to that. And see if we have anything else. Let me just check real quick. So the topic when Glenn comes back is going to be, I have it right here. Okay. So the topic when Glenn comes back is going to be Deeper Discourse Reawakening. That's the title. Deeper Discourse Reawakening. So look, you have something to look forward to. All right. So tonight, like I said, we're going to do an hour, and let's get right into it. So I've got the cards out for the game, unless anyone has any topics they want to discuss.
I just want to say hello real quick to Christ is the Truth and Celine. Hello. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Oh, they slipped in unawares. Well,
yes, they crept into the chat. Yes.
Crept in the chat unawares. Welcome, guys. We're glad that you're here. Anybody have a topic you'd like to talk about, or a question that you'd like to hear us discuss in the chat? If not, if you think of anything, just pop in the chat and we'll light it up. For now, okay. So I've got these are it's a card game that we've played before, and these questions, some of them are pretty good. They're not as deep as the ones that we did ask. I forget the name of it. Jen would have to fill me in on that. So the first card that I picked out was, which event in the past, present, or future would you like to witness in person? Which event in the past, present, or future would you like to witness in person? Anyone want to go first on that one?
I'll go first. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. What better place to start? I want to be there when God speaks things into existence.
Did we ask this question before?
I feel like we have, but my answer stays the same.
You're consistent, Marisa.
You can't top that moment. Wow.
That's a good one. Yeah, to watch how everything was formed, and watch the light being created, and watch the trees and leaves and rivers, and yeah, that'd be amazing. What about you, Glenn? Which event in the past, present, or future would you like to witness in person?
Probably going to Mars or something like that.
Okay. Would you like to be on the capsule or the ship that goes to Mars, or just be here to witness it?
I'm too old for it. They wouldn't let me on. But if I was, if someone else had done it a few times first, I'd probably then have the courage to get on it. But I don't know that I would be overfussed on being the first one. That's it. I mean, yeah, right. I'm sort of courageous and adventurous, but maybe not quite that courageous and adventurous.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Good answer. Let's see. I think, well, there's a couple that I can think of. As far as the future, I would like to be there when when all truth is revealed. So I don't know when that would be, but biblically speaking, the Bible claims and everything that's hidden will be revealed. It's not real specific about what that's talking about, one specific event. It just says everything. And I am someone that likes to know the truth of things, and I'm very interested in knowing that. And so obviously that'd be a future event. And I would, like when I've imagined this before, like on the news, they would say, okay, we know that we've lied about this, that, and the other thing, but here's the truth. And, they think that if they told the truth, people would go nutso, and maybe some would. But I don't care how difficult it is for me to accept. I would want to know the truth about everything. I think that would be fascinating. So that's my answer to that. All right. Which American landmark would you most like to see? Which American landmark would you most like to see?
Ooh, let me hop in real quick and say hello to Debbie S. Thank you for coming by, Debbie S. And while we've got you here, those of you are praying people, please say a prayer for Miss Jen tonight. She's not up here tonight with us. She's not feeling very well. So if you could please say a quick prayer for Jen to feel better.
Thank you.
All right.
That was very
I just want to make sure that was thrown out there.
Thank you.
And Debbie's always there when Jen is there in my stream too. So bless her heart. She's very supportive of our Jen.
Yeah. She's here every time. I think I've mentioned this before, but I think there's been only one episode of True Story Live where she didn't make it. And I think even that one, she came in at the end.
Yes.
So
yes.
We got a perfect attendance record. There should be an award for that, I think.
So what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Sure. No, it's okay. Which American landmark would you most like to see?
Oh, they're all so terrible. You mean seeing blown up or destroyed by some kind of mysterious cataclysm of apocalyptic events?
Right. Well, Glenn would probably agree with you. They're all terrible.
I'd like to see Statue of Liberty go down. I want to see Rushmore go down. Yeah, just pick one. They're all bad.
They're all bad. So, of all those, what would you like to see?
The statue of so-called liberty. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
That one needs to go.
All right. What about you, Glenn? Which American landmark would you most like to see?
Oh, not so much a landmark, but I'd like to go to the some of those parks in the desert in like Nevada, Colorado.
Oh, sure.
Places like that. I think that'd be awesome.
Like Joshua Tree, for instance?
Oh, maybe not so much that one, but that'd be all right.
Okay.
I'm not too fussy, but more probably the ones that are out where it's a lot bleaker, like Monument Valley or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I want to go to the big national park that has Old Faithful in it. What is that, Yosemite? Is that right?
Yosemite or Yellowstone? I can't remember.
Yellowstone. It's Yellowstone. Yeah.
Yellowstone National Park. Yes,
Yeah.
I would like to go there.
Yeah.
There's so many places in Yellowstone that are dangerous, though, too, and you can't just traipse around everywhere
Right.
there
Right.
because of the sulfur and the springs and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I would love to see it before it all blows up. Yeah.
Sensing a pattern here. Do you think everything's going to all blow up, Ness? Do you know something we don't know?
Well, if you look at the U.S. Geological Survey concerning Wyoming, not only do they have pretty much every gemstone known to man in Wyoming, which I didn't know until I actually looked at the survey, but the supersized caldera underneath that whole region, I mean, it's a time clock waiting to go off. Holy cow!
Wow. Okay. There you go. So everyone answered that one. So I'm going to go to the chat. So Christ is the Truth answered the first question, and he said he would like to be there for Christ's second coming. Well, that's a lot better answer than I had. I want to see all truth revealed, and that's the biggest reveal, I would suppose, of truth ever. But yeah, that's a good answer. And then let's see. He then said it would be cool to be on Earth when the time Jesus was here. That makes sense. And then as far as a landmark to visit, Truth wants to see the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I too would like to see the Grand Canyon. I've seen it from a plane, and it was incredible to see it like that. But I know that seeing it from a plane is nothing like seeing it in person. Actually,
I agree. I just agree. I've seen it from the air too. It's breathtaking, but I imagine being down on the ground is an entirely different experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So our chiropractor, Dr. Stewart, she and her husband went there recently. I took them to the airport and picked them up from the airport when they came back. And so I got to hear all the stories. And they spent some time in one of the hotels in the Grand Canyon and went on little trips and did things, in the area and stuff. And she had like 2,500 pictures. And I saw a few of them. I didn't look at every one, but yeah, it looks pretty amazing. And it's a popular place. So I think that'd be good. Okay. Which celebrity would you most like to see in person? Which celebrity would you most like to see in person? What do you have, Marisa? You have any celebrities that you'd like to see in person?
I've seen a few celebrities in person. I can't say my life was changed for the better because.
Well, that fortunately is not in the question. It's not what celebrity would you most like to meet in person that would change your life.
I had good experiences. They were all good experiences. I wanted to meet Michael Nesmith of the Monkees, my namesake for my channel. Yeah. But sadly, he passed on before that could happen. He had arrangements through his channel Video Ranch where you could pay to have a meet and greet on, during times when people were shut up and away, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I had arranged for such a video meet and greet, and just the poor man didn't make it to the, he went home to go be with the Lord before he could, have my appointment. So that's all right.
Oh.
But yeah, I wish I could have had that video with him, but that's okay. Yeah. I got to meet Mickey Dolenz, my second favorite monkey. So.
Oh, how was that?
That was fantastic.
What did he seem like?
He was very charming, very personable, pronounced my name correctly on the first try, which most people failed to do, even when I pronounced it for them. And he was engaging. He held eye contact, and I had a conversation with him for at least 10 to 15 minutes, which is kind of unheard of, given how busy they are and how much they, this was him getting caught after a show at a bowling alley / pub. So I had a golden opportunity to conversate with him a little bit, and I got to meet Bob. Go get Bobby. First asked his permission. Is it all right if I go get my best friend? She'll kill me if I don't, introduce her to a monkey, for God's sake. And then, so, went and got her and came back, and it was my distinguished honor not just to meet Mickey on my own, but to introduce my best friend to one of our favorite band members of all time, the Monkees. So it was great. He was very nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
I feel like everybody gets one of those opportunities in their life if they pay attention,
Sure. I met Ollie North. I was driving cab, and the president was in town, and a couple other dignitaries from the U.S. government.
Oh my!
They asked me why they had Ollie North take a cab. The reason I was told, we still had a couple of cars that followed us. It makes no sense to me, but I picked him up from the airport and took him to the convention center, and there was a bodyguard with him, and they didn't vet me or anything. This is long before 9/11, of course. This is back in the early 90s. When Ollie North was still a big thing with Contra and all that stuff. I've also met Nikki Cruz, Run Baby Run, and Crossing the Switchblade. Used to be a gang member, and David Wilkerson ministered to the gangs. And he wrote Crossing the Switchblade, and then Nikki Cruz wrote Run Baby Run. I preferred Run Baby Run. It was an excellent book about a life changed by the gospel and by one man's push to get a violent criminal to accept Christ. It was just really a good book. True story. Well, as far as I know. Yeah.
And hello to John Dons, who also crept
Yes.
into the chat.
My friend John Dons, our friend. Okay, so which celebrity would you most like to see in person? This is easy for me. William Shatner. And it's not just because he plays Captain Kirk. I think he is the hardest working. I mean, he's got to be in his 80s, late 80s or something. Been around for a long time. I just think he's a personality unlike anyone else. And I would like to meet him. Have dinner, shake his hand, whatever. I don't look up to him.
Is Paulo still alive?
I don't know, Glenn.
I believe so.
You knew you were going to say that.
If I caught what Nez said correctly, it sounded like gibberish. Did I catch it or not?
Is Paulo Coelho still alive, sir?
Coelho. I believe so.
Consult Google Translator. They pronounce his name Paulo Coelho, like there's a Y-O at the end of it. I don't know. It's Portuguese, I guess. That's how they say it. All right. So there you go. There's Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Bobby says happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. Welcome. We're glad you're here. What about you, Glenn? Which celebrity would you like to most see in person?
None.
Come on.
Well, why would I want to?
I don't know.
What's a celebrity?
Whatever you think is a celebrity. I mean, it could be Maharishi if you wanted to. Whatever.
Probably someone eminent in the scientific world. Albert Einstein sounds good.
Okay, there you go. That wasn't so hard.
People consider him a celebrity, but
I think he was. His poster.
He probably was. Yeah, he would be.
His poster, that one poster where he's sticking his tongue out and he has the crazy hair, that was on every college student's wall at certain decades.
Yeah,
I think he's a celebrity of sorts. I mean, E equals MC squared,
Other than that, I'd sort of stick with you and go with Captain Picard. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. Yeah, he's one of the best Star Trek captains, in my opinion. Wonderful. Okay. If you owned a boat, what name would you choose for it? Marisa? John Don says Christopher
Wow.
Walken.
If I owned a boat.
Yeah.
Mm.
You owned a boat.
I really don't know.
I'll go first.
Never
Vertigo.
really thought it. Go ahead.
Vertigo. From the movie.
It's kind of
One of my-
a foreboding name, is it?
I know. But it would be interesting. You know, there's a lot of interesting boat names.
Well, for your captaining skills.
That's right. That's right. Nobody would ever want to ride. Nobody would ever
Nobody would want to be
boat.
on your ship. Yeah.
Ooh, that's Vertigo. Okay. No, thank you.
You have a
Truth says
lifelong
Ocean
commission.
700. John Don said Christopher Walken is first, a close second, Herve Valachaise, who was Tattoo on Fantasy Island. He killed himself. But, yeah, John Dons wants to meet him. What do you think, Glenn? If you owned a boat, what name would you choose for it?
Boat.
Boat.
Well, I've got nothing better, so...
Okay.
See, these questions, you're asking me questions that are just too deep.
These aren't deep. Oh, my gosh.
I'm taking the piss.
Okay.
I just called it a boat. Well, that would probably be the only one who'd have a boat called boat.
That's true.
Something unique.
Okay. Bobby says, I would name my boat Shore Enough. SHORE enough. I love it. And then John Don says Orca. There you go. Truth says Ocean 700.
I got it.
Sure.
The USS Ability.
Say again. You broke up.
The USS Accountability. The USS Accountability.
Oh, Accountability. Okay, there it is. Finally. Jeez.
Yeah. That really bring fear into the hearts of
USS Accountability.
Nobody wants to be on that ship either.
No. Nobody wants to take accountability or be on your boat accountability. John Don says the Orca was the boat in Jaws. Yeah. There was a movie by the name Orca as well. The killer whale. Literally killer. All right. What remains undone that you've wanted to get done for years? What remains undone that you've wanted to get done for years? Marisa?
Sorry about that. I'm trying to. Does it sound any better? I lifted the mic up, so sometimes that helps.
Yeah, I can hear you right now. Yeah,
okay, all right. I fixed it. Something undone yet. To get the rest of the furnishings I need, not just for Diana, but just for down here. It's just been an ongoing process, and I'd like it to be done. You know, I know it's not easy when you start over with nothing, and it takes a while. Just, I'd really like this done.
Okay, that's good. There's only one thing I can think of, and I'm doing it, which is I've always, for a long time after I gained weight, I wanted to get down to my ideal weight, and I'm well on my way to that. But I dragged it out for a long time, up and down, and finally I pushed through the whatever it was that was keeping me from doing it, and so it's only a matter of time now. So I'm thrilled about that. Gotten a lot of comments, and but you know what matters is, of course, how I feel about myself, and it's made a huge difference in a lot of things. And it just, I'm not beating myself up that it took me so long to finally do it, but it remained undone for a long time. And it's been years, decades, actually. Bobby says, I've always wanted to be much thinner and more attractive. Still haven't gotten that done. I understand. I do. Truth says, there's so many things for myself. Well, you can fill that in a little bit if you want. What about you, Glenn? What remains undone that you've wanted to get done for years?
I can't think of any sensible answers to say, so I'll just say a brain transplant.
Okay. All right. This next question is topical with the holiday coming up. What's your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner? And we'll ask Glenn first. I'm going to have some smart alecky answer. But,
What's the what part?
Favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner?
Doesn't happen here.
I shouldn't even ask you questions. I just
see, you predicted it, didn't you?
I did.
There you go. See how smart you are? You got you right on it, man. Why'd you bother asking me then? See? Should have just left me out.
Why'd you even bother showing up? I mean, right?
Well, that's a fair point too. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's good to have a bit of comedy for a change. Like what? I was a little bit sad that you didn't ask what do you want to see in Australia. Like I thought, a very US bias here. Like fair crack.
Well, it's the card. Hey, face days.
Don't blame the cards.
Well, anybody who knows me knows what I want to see in Australia. You and Billy, and the Australia Zoo.
Cool, that's got to be the biggest letdown in history. Well, seeing
who you, Billy, or Zoo?
Probably all of us.
He's so pessimistic, isn't he?
Well, it could be stirring you up. I mean, this is a comedy show. Let's make it a comedy.
It's a comedy show. When did that start?
And I said.
I can hardly type. Oh my god!
Like I can just imagine, Nez. They won't let her into Australia. They'll say she's too short.
Oh, is that how it is, old timer?
They won't let you on the rides. I guarantee that you won't be able to. No, not a chance. I don't even know if they have rides.
Right, because they don't have short people in Australia, right? Okay.
No, I've never seen anyone as short as you. Only a 4-year-old.
What?
No, okay.
Oh, no, seriously, I don't think we have many short people. I've never seen any.
I've never seen any short people in Australia?
Nope.
What kind of malarkey are you talking? You sound like Johnny Smallpepper. What?
Who?
No short people.
No, honestly, I don't think I've ever... You don't seem to see that many short people.
That's craziness. I think you need to look around a little bit more. I'm sure.
I live in a small town. I mean, I probably don't have much to choose from. It wouldn't be fun to fight with a kangaroo. They'll kill you. No.
Yeah, I watch videos on that. Kangaroo fights.
Oh, that's right. You get the some of these Asian tourists. They see kangaroos. They get out of the bus and try to make friends. And oh my goodness. You just shake your head and disbelieve.
Oh my!
Yeah, they're very muscular.
And they'll rip you to bits if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And I watch a channel that he's a young man in Waco, Texas. It's the Urban Ranch, and he rescued some baby roos that were on a ranch there where they raised them to shoot them for game. And he's got them as a mating couple, and they're just adorable. And because he raised them in captivity, they're not quite as big as they'd be out in the wild.
Right.
But he'll spar with his male, and its name is DaBaby after the rapper. You know, he makes fun of pop culture people. But yeah, he picks on DaBaby, and DaBaby like swipes at him and stuff, and. I think it's adorable, but then I'm not 6'2", 220-pound man to go wrestle a kangaroo, but it looks fun.
Actually, they have people here that when there's a lot killed on the roads, as I've mentioned
Oh.
before, they have people go around and just check and see if they haven't got joeys in the pouches, and they'll look after them in captivity.
Aww.
You can take them places, but a lot of that in some states here you're not allowed to let or release one that's been brought up in captivity. You're not allowed to let them go in the wild.
Aww.
So they can be quite tame.
But the question was, what's the favorite part of Thanksgiving? Well, I'm going to say pie. Gravy is good, but pie is better.
Yeah.
And I don't need any crust, man. I just make the filling and the homemade Cool Whip, and there you go.
Okay.
Just get rid of the carbs, the extra carbs you don't really need. What do we want? We want the pie filling and the whipped cream. Let's get right down to business.
Yeah. Okay.
My thoughts on that.
I like it. Bobby said her favorite is gravy, and I don't disagree. Gravy can be pretty awesome. Depends on who makes it, though. I've had some lumpy gravy, which is not my favorite, but the smooth gravy is really good, and I prefer white gravy, like you would have with Southern biscuits, like biscuits and gravy. That's really my favorite, but you don't get that a lot at Thanksgiving unless you ask for it. But for me,
no, stop the truck. What did you just say? White gravy for Thanksgiving? What?
I said I prefer white gravy. I can like what I want.
I just wondered if I heard you correctly.
You did.
Okay.
Like biscuits. Have you ever had biscuits and gravy, Marisa?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
well, it's a white gravy.
I know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I prefer. But for me, I would have to steal. Really, my favorite thing is the turkey sandwich. After all the festivities are over, making a turkey sandwich, mayonnaise and cheese and turkey and a little bit of stuffing in there. So it's a mixture of a few different things. I like a lot of things. I like green bean casserole, and I definitely add my name to the hat for the pie. I happen to enjoy the crust, a nice thick crust. It's my favorite, the crunchy part of the pie, but to each his own. And my favorite, I do like pumpkin pie, but my favorite would be pecan pie with vanilla ice cream. Hot out of the oven, like so hot you have to like blow on it. That hot.
Ooh.
Melts ice cream right on top of it. And
it
is interchangeable with real whipped cream, whipped topping. It's good stuff. So we'll move on to the next one since Glenn, there's no equivalent holiday, I guess, for Thanksgiving in Australia. So there you go. Pecan. Yeah. What? Pecan? Pecan.
A pecan, and we call it a pecan.
Well, people say it different here too. Pecan, pecan.
You come here,
he can say it however he wants, Glenn.
Oh no, he can't. He has to. If you come here, Crips, you have to conform with the locals. Otherwise,
sure.
They'll put your head in the bucket.
I would.
I would put you out with the kangaroos and shoot you.
If I came there and I got a Diet Pepsi, I wouldn't even ask for ice.
Well, they wouldn't give it to you anyway. If you
I know. Why bother?
They'd use an F word with 3 other letters and go off.
There you go. There you go.
Unless you went to McDonald's, they'll probably give it to you there.
Right. Well, what reason would I have to go to McDonald's in Australia?
That's probably the smartest thing I've heard from you in quite a while.
Well, I guess you're not around me enough.
You would have no reason.
No reason at all.
No.
There's one on every corner here. I mean,
it's horrible.
You could pretty much throw a stone from here and hit a McDonald's.
Really? Seriously?
No, not seriously. We live in the country, but yes, if you're in the city, you don't have to go far to find a McDonald's. and sometimes there's one a block away from another one.
Oh, wow.
And they're starting to build them where they're all black and cube-like Mecca. And Diana's dad calls them Mecca Donalds.
Oh wow, that's
Is
great.
that right? Really? You
That's
have
great.
Muslim McDonald's. Right?
Muslim McDonald's.
That's what they look like. They look like Mecca. He calls them Mecca Donalds.
So I assume no McRib sandwich then.
I'm
wouldn't
sure
think
there
so.
is. I used to work there. Yeah, those horrible things are still there.
No, I mean
He's mean pork.
yeah, they don't eat pork. So
Oh yeah. If it was an actual,
yeah, if it was, yeah.
I'm just saying the architecture. They're making them all black and cube-like, and they all look like Mecca. At least around here, I don't know what they're doing where you're at, but in Ohio,
Weird.
Wow.
it is
We
weird.
don't- Well, the
Okay.
good thing is we don't have one in this town.
Right.
Oh, good.
Bobby says I'm making an apple crumble top pie for Thanksgiving. Well, that sounds delicious. All right.
That
Next.
sounds good.
Yeah, doesn't it sound good?
Everything sounds good right now.
John says our little town has two McDonald's. There you go. If you knew that you were going to inherit a fortune, how would your plans for the future change?
Oh boy, how would they change? I mean,
Yeah.
my kids would be set, and Bobby would be set, and help out Diana's dad, and I would really focus on helping the people who've really been there for me over the years and for my kids,
Yeah.
and making sure my kids had what they need, and
Sure.
it would just at this stage of my life, it would be getting the rest of my affairs put into order,
Yeah.
and then going out and enjoying what time is left is
Yeah.
really what is all there's left to do.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at you. Bobby says if I was going to be rich, I would tell off the right people once and for all. Moo ah. That was good. That sounds good, Marisa, and very reasonable. Yeah, you'd be children to be set and get everything in order. That's good. I would do a similar thing. I would take care of all my school loans and pay off all credit card. I don't have that much credit card debt, but I have school loans that I got caught in the trap of school loans. Oh yeah, they said it would help me find a better job and I'd be more hireable if I had a degree, which was complete and total BS. I haven't done anything with my degree, not for want of trying, for sure. But anyway, yeah. So if I knew that I was going to inherit a fortune, my plans for the future, we would buy a house, pay off everything. I would buy Jen all the art supplies that she could ever use and a studio. I would get a professional recording booth and no debt, like I said. And I would help my nieces. I don't have any of my own kids, but I would make sure that if they wanted to go to school, of course, I'd try to talk them out of it. It's too late for the oldest one. She's the oldest two are in school, but the second oldest, she doesn't like school very much. I don't know how much longer she's going to make it, but yeah, I would make sure everyone was taken care of, and Jen and I would buy a nice house, not too large. There's no need for a McMansion for us, for two people. I would just, yeah, I might even, think of some kind of business I'd like to run. Maybe I'd bring a Blockbusters back, open a video store with video cassettes and discs and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, what do you say, Glenn? Expecting a smart ugly answer?
No, I can't give a smart answer to this one. I think if I had more money than I knew what to do with, I think I'd run along pretty much what you guys said. I think if I'd make life easier for Sandra, look after the kids, and then try to enrich the lives of people who are less fortunate than I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes if you've seen people with $1 billion, well, some are philanthropists and some are not.
Right.
I mean, what's the point in having all that money? Put it to good for the world.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love it. I love it. Yeah, some of these aren't bad. Let's see if there's any answers in the chat. Nope. All right. Okay, if you needed to change your name, what would you choose? If you needed
Well,
to
if I told you that, then I'd have to choose another name.
I love it. Love it, love it.
But just for argument's sake, I don't know. I'd want something catchy, something that goes back like to like the 40s, like the 30s or 40s.
Okay.
You know, something like that, like a Dick Tracy name. I have to think about it.
All right. Mine would be Alec Draco. That's so when I played Dungeons and Dragons, no matter what character I played, I always had similar names, and that was one that I used many times for character, and I always liked it. And that's what it would be, Alec Draco. I don't care what anyone says about it. What about you, Glenn?
I'll just change it to leave me alone.
Would there be a last name then? Or?
That's it. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
That's it.
Bobby says Draco, like from HP. Well, it's I believe it's a name for dragon. It's a derivation of the word dragon, Draco. All right. What do you complain about more than anything else? What do you complain about more than anything else?
Myself, that I don't have enough patience. That
Oh.
I need to just chill out, and I just need to, examine myself more and work on certain things and do better.
Sure.
Trying to remove the beam out of my own eye.
Oh, that's good. That's excellent. On the last answer, Bobby said, I would change my name to Miss Keanu Reeves, LMAO. Bobby's on fire tonight. Have you noticed? Glenn, what do you complain about more than anything else?
Don't know. I don't really complain about much.
Yeah.
Other than idiots.
Right. Well, that's something. Complain about idiots.
Well,
that's
you just
something.
get sick of sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really, they're not worth complaining about. Just
that's true.
It's all a bit too much energy spent. Forget it.
Yeah.
Give me a better question.
Hopefully, I'll find one in here. For me, it's morons in traffic in the past, and I've gotten a lot better about it. But I still complain that I'm very grateful for the job I have. But when I got hired, I told them I didn't want to work weekends forever. And I was told that, once you get in here and get your scores up and you know what you're doing, you'll be able to change your schedule. Well, now it's literally tomorrow will be my 9 months anniversary at the job. And that's great. I've been at a job 9 months. So that's certainly not my record, but I've stuck it out. And my numbers are really good. Last month, I finished with a 98%. And they want you to be above 90% for your scores. So 98% for last month and a 3-month rolling out average of 95%. So I complained to Jen because I only have one weekend day with her. And sometimes it gets to me and I complain about it, just in general. I don't go on and on about it like I am now, but I did talk to my supervisor about it, and she's going to set up a meeting with the boss's boss, and so I can talk to them about getting my schedule changed. I don't mind working Saturdays, but I would want to work it out so I could work every other Saturday, or I could come in when they need extra help, because it's the busiest day of the week, and that's why I got hired, because they didn't have enough people on Saturday. In fact, when I was in training, it was chaos. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but the phone, just as soon as you hang up, it rings again. Now they have more coverage, so it's like, there might be 5 minutes between calls, but it's like that all day for 8 hours. It's like that. Anyway, that's all I have for that. In which activity would you like a lesson from an expert? In which activity would you like a lesson from an expert? Marisa, is there anything you would like a lesson from an expert?
Hey, I'm always open to a lesson from somebody who's far more knowledgeable. I've been enjoying Bible study with a channel called Underground Church, and I particularly enjoy David Carrico's style of teaching, and I would love to travel to Indiana, where him and his wife have a ministry, and just, enjoy a weekend of Bible study and learning what I can from somebody who's got a very powerful ministry.
Okay, that sounds great. What about you, Glenn? In which activity would you like a lesson from an expert?
Oh, probably only so I could give Sandra the surprise of her life, a good chef.
Oh, well, that's excellent.
So actually show me how to cook something that Sandra'd really like, and then do it, and then she could look at me and say, "I'll bet you didn't cook that." I said, "I did."
Yes, I did. I'll have you know I did cook
I'll
it.
have you know, that's it. You have little faith.
That's right. That's great.
Thanks.
I've got two things. So I would love to learn how to fly a helicopter, believe it or not. That's one thing. And the other thing is a race car, like a NASCAR or even a Formula One. I'm not a huge race fan necessarily, but I was when I was a kid. I used to do drawings of the Formula One cars all the time. My grandpa used to watch that on TV when I was a kid. They used to have those on. And I couldn't believe they drove that fast, these little cars speeding around the speedway. I have some friends here. So growing up in the South, NASCAR is a big deal here. I mean, they have the World 600 right here in Charlotte. Well, it's technically Concord, but it's the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And every year, this is one of the many racetracks in the United States that they have the NASCAR circuit come through. And I've never been to a race, just never had much interest, but I would love to drive a car that fast. So to get a lesson from a professional. And I like flying. And, I thought about, getting a pilot's license or something like that. But, I don't have the money for that. But to get a lesson in how to drive a helicopter would be pretty cool, I think. So there you go. All right. One more, and then we'll call it a night. What would you try if you had no fear? What would you try if you had no fear?
Getting married again. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, no, we're not going there.
Okay.
What would I try? I'm really not fearful of much of anything anymore. And we've had shows about this where there's a difference between having wisdom and just not testing God or acting a fool.
Yeah.
And knowing the difference of what's appropriate, safe behavior and what isn't.
Yeah.
Still, learning what I've learned, I'd like to learn more about glass blowing. I've only taken one class.
Oh.
It's dangerous, but it's fun.
Yeah.
but I only taken the first course in there. I'd like to continue with the glass blowing, and I've always wanted to do the zip line. I think the zip line thing would be fun.
It is fun. I've done that. I did that
Oh,
at one of
cool.
the water parks. Had a zip line, and you start from a platform, and you go in between these trees, and then you end up letting go at the end of it and land in a pool. It was really cool. I enjoyed that. That's a good one, Nez. Appreciate that. For me, it's not really my fear. It's more Jen's fear. I told her when we met that I've always wanted to go skydiving. And she had a look on her face and she says, it would be okay if I told you I didn't want you to do that. So, well, sure, you can say that. But I've always wanted to try it. And the people do die from it from time to time, but generally it's very safe if done correctly. And the first time you're with a professional, you do a tandem jump, so you're not at the controls. So I would like to try that. So I'm not afraid. I would do it in a heartbeat. I just never have done it. Maybe I should have done that earlier, and then it would be out of the way. What about you, Glenn? What would you try if you had no fear?
You know what I was going to say was jumping out of a plane. So I
Oh,
was thinking along similar lines. So I'll pass on that one, and so sit in one of those rockets that go to the edge of space. That would be good.
oh yeah.
Then I could confirm that the Earth is indeed not flat.
I think you'll be surprised.
Yeah, right.
Unless they have a fish-eyed window in there.
Oh, they would have for sure. They'd all be a conspiracy to make everyone believe that it's.
Well,
Whatever.
they have it in the planes. I don't know if
Oh
you've
yeah,
ever
it's all.
noticed.
No. Cripps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He got me. I was going to try to be smart, but Cripps was ahead of me. Tell you what, let's quit this thing. It's not flat.
Nice. Did everyone answer that one?
Yes, I believe we did.
Okay, one more. Which is more important, intelligence or common sense? Which is more important, intelligence or common sense?
I think common sense will get you to live long enough to have your intelligence increase. I think common sense equates to survival skills.
Yeah.
Intelligence at a basic level that you build up from.
Yep. Okay. What about you, Glenn? More important, intelligence or common sense? What do you think?
I think part of the meat are related.
Sure.
But I'm going to go with what Ness said. I'm going to go with common sense. Because,
Yeah.
I've seen too many idiots kill themselves that might be really smart but have no common sense and end up in a tree, running their car into a tree or doing something stupid.
Yeah.
So, common sense number one.
Well, I hate to be super boring and jump on the bandwagon of common sense, but I would agree. Common sense. I wish more people had common sense. I really don't care how intelligent a person is necessarily. If they have common sense, then a lot of things would be better in this world. I think people would be smarter in traffic and would just have a common sense. Hey, I should use my turn signal, or maybe I should get in my right lane when an exit that I know I need to go on is coming up instead of crossing 3 lanes of traffic in front of me. Yeah.
Well, I think when you've got common sense in traffic, you tend to be more aware of the people around you, and you can signal or do things to enhance their awareness of
Right.
it. So therefore, it keeps them from running into you and doing things like that. So you can. Common sense is a protection mechanism. I'm not sure about where intelligence fits on that scale.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but that was a good one. I liked it. John Don says comma sense, and then Face Day says comments sense, SENTS sense. Good one. All right. All right. Well, we're at the 9 o'clock hour. Appreciate everyone being here tonight. And I'm going to go check on my wife who's not feeling well. I'm sorry it's so short, but, it's our anniversary. So I feel kind of bad.
Precisely, is it the anniversary of getting married or is it the anniversary of what exactly?
Yeah, it's our wedding anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gee, 3 years has gone fast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
It's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
I must be getting old. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. So my oldest niece is 21 and I still remember when she was born. It seemed like it wasn't that long ago, but it's been 21 years. So yeah, we're getting old. Time goes by. Like when Jen and I watch a movie, it's like, when did this movie come out? Oh, 2004. What? Like, it just goes by. You don't even really notice it. It just seems to just fly.
It's ridiculous. But I can guarantee it. You'll look back when you get to my age, or like Sandra and I've been saying, well, where did that 20 years go?
Right.
It's like a heartbeat. It's
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Make the most of it, peoples.
Yeah, we take advantage of every day because we don't know how long we're going to have, and especially as happy as we are. In the marriage and friendship, both of us having been married before. Jen was married for 14 years. I was married I almost made it 3 years the first time. So I've already beat my original marital record. So I've known Jen since 2017. So we've known each other 6 years roughly. So time keeps floating by, but I'm grateful.
I haven't caught up to Sandra's first record yet. We're still working on that.
Yeah, what number is that?
27.
27. Jeez.
She did 27, and we're at 24.
Okay, you'll make it.
Quickly.
You'll make it. You'll make it.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Just as a reminder, Glenn will not be with us the next 3 weeks. So Marisa and Jen and myself will get together and decide who's going to do the write-ups. We'll probably split it up a little bit. So we'll talk off air about that and see what we're doing for next week. But thank you guys for taking time. We will be doing a broadcast next Sunday. I realize it's Thanksgiving weekend, but I kind of like the Thanksgiving broadcast. I did one of them. We were in Williamsburg, and we did the broadcast, Thanksgiving broadcast on Sunday from there, which was interesting. I used Jen's Apple computer, which I have no idea how to use. So she had to get me set up, but we made it through. It was good. So, of course, Jen and I will be going to Williamsburg to visit her parents. We'll be leaving Wednesday after work, and we'll come back on Saturday. So we'll be there for 2 days, but we'll be nice and settled by the time Sunday rolls around again. So we'll definitely do a broadcast. And then when Glenn comes back, he's got a write-up already prepared, and you might change it a little bit or add to it. I don't know what he's going to do, but we hope that he has a nice cruise, and that he and Sandra get a chance to relax a little bit and enjoy New Zealand and get back home safely. Hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. And if you celebrate it, I know Glenn doesn't. I get it. There's no Thanksgiving in Australia. But here it's a pretty big deal. So hope your dinners are good. Hope you have a pair of sweatpants or Thanksgiving pants to wear if you're planning on overeating. And definitely, as Marisa said, make sure and have some pie. So one time a year, I allow myself to have a little, pie and cake are different. So I have birthday cake on my birthday, and I have pie on Thanksgiving. Those are the only times generally. And I always ask, when someone says, hey, what kind of pie do you want for Thanksgiving? I say pecan. See?
Yeah. Well, so what?
So what? Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate all of you. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next Sunday. And I'll pass it over to Glenn. Glenn, take a second to say goodbye to everybody, if you would.
I shall say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye. That's it.
Goodbye. That's it.
I'll hopefully be able to see you in a few weeks and
Yep.
ride the waves if it gets rough in Bass Strait. Yeah, well, it's
Bobby.
it can be very, very rough. So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll take it as it comes.
I saw an advertisement for Virgin Cruise Lines. It looked like it was a pretty fun time there on Virgin Cruises.
I don't think you have to be a virgin to get on it.
No, that's clearly
in fact,
not
I think the
case.
requirement is you're not.
Right. Thanks, Glenn.
Okay, I'm just going to say that, like, hey, you guys should consider one of these even for a short time because they are so cheap here compared with the US.
Sure.
Oh, and they have no tips. They don't add any. We have no tips here, so they don't add them on. So, yeah, someone's just come to the door, so they save you. Oh man, you can go anywhere. It's like half the price as if I was going to drive somewhere and use the car and get a motel or whatever. Crazy.
Fantastic.
All right, I'll say that. I've got someone at the door, so I'm going to bump.
All right.
Off.
Thank you. Good
All
night.
right.
Thank you very much. Good night.
All right.
Good night, Glenn.
Marisa, if you could take a minute to say goodbye, and I'll
Certainly.
say good night for Jen. She's sorry she wasn't able to be here tonight. She's just not feeling very well, so I'm going to go take care of her. And but as Marisa said, just say a quick prayer for her. And Marisa, if you could say good night and close us off.
Certainly, Jason. Thank you, everybody who came by tonight. Thank you, everyone who participated in the chat. Even if you just lurked and watched, thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody who catches the replay. Please take a moment, if you would, to share the stream out on your social media. And God willing, we will see you here next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another ripping good time getting hip deep into a great discussion at True Story Live. Have a great day or evening and have a great week. God bless.